Now you've got to deal with me.
What's up, everybody?
It's him.
The anomaly. Do we proceed? Yes. He is still
Only human.
Be aggressive.
Angry Manduke here again.
Hang on, travelers.
And I want to welcome you all to Shark Week, which is a week of me, Angry Manduke, all week. Every day the episode's gonna be angry.
I can feel your anger.
And you guys know I'm angry about everything, but I know that it's also one of you, my fans, my friends, my subscribers, my family, your favorite series. Now I do have some people that want to come up and I'm looking forward to doing videos of them, but in the meantime I'm getting angry about all sorts of things. So let me get into it, shall I?
I'm sick of playing games with you.
What am I angry about?
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, it's not this historic cemetery on the side of 347 here. I call it 1840, but that's partially because I have had sex out here so far.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
And I just want to point it out to you, if you ever have the opportunity to check it out, it is worth a stop if you're into historic gravestones, because there are ones as far back as the early 1800s.
I just feel like it's not important to anyone.
Also, before I get into what I'm angry about, I want to mention that if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I post videos every day. Sometimes I'm traveling, sometimes I'm angry.
Very, very angry.
Sometimes
What a perplexing mystery this is.
I just have some decent thoughts and ideas.
These are the words of the beast.
I teach how-tos and I do reviews. I do a little bit of everything, but it's always entertaining.
To see her on her knees.
So click that subscribe button and, you know, there's a little wiener in the corner there.
Which concerns me very much.
You hit that thing and it'll explode into all kinds of sugary goodness.
You fill me with sweet, sugary goodness.
In the form of that creamy white stuff called entertainment.
Everything is bullshit.
Wow.
Now, without further ado,
You're on a roll. Big time.
what am I angry about?
You underestimate my power.
Michaels.
You got us into this mess.
Now, for those of you who have been watching me for a period of time, you probably know that I worked at Michaels for a period of time.
Yeah. I like money though.
I worked for Michaels for almost a year.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
And very recently, they gave me a review, and that might have been the last straw.
You've gone too far.
But during that year, you know, for a little while, I actually focused on the place, and I cared about the place.
That's retarded.
For a period of time, I was working 2 jobs.
That just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
And for a period of time, I was just working there. When I was just working there, I was trying to focus on the place.
Some people call it hell.
But apparently, I did not focus enough.
Pathetic.
You know, being on time every day and actually doing my work and being able to do a lot more work and being able to learn a lot more.
Shall I begin?
But they had doubts because management there, upper management, I'm not trying to bash the lower management because they actually treated me fairly well and had a decent amount of respect, and I understand their trials and tribulations, but the store manager in there is the biggest piece of shit
Sack of shit.
manager I've ever seen in my life.
It will be Daddy Justice who will be crapping on him this time.
He knew that I had no other income or no other accountable income because I do stuff on the side, because how else am I going to survive
His pimp game.
when I'm only getting $9 an hour and only getting 6 hours a week?
Hey, it's a true story. I don't need the 3rd degree.
And he expected me to want to give my all and all of my effort into a job that was not giving me enough to eat for a week, much less the 2, because it was a bi-weekly pay period.
He's a real piece of shit.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
And he kept feeding me pipe dreams.
Catch me outside. How about that?
It's about, you know, you could be a manager. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't really want to do retail management.
Here we are. And this is just what it is.
Because ultimately, the pay is not worth,
You know, people look at you like you're a little strange.
the amount of stress and responsibility that they give you.
Men invented this bitch.
Even if you're a store manager, they're not paying you pennies on the dollar. In fact, I understand that the wage has gone down dramatically.
Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down.
Store managers used to make as much as 80 for something like a store like that, and I think he's retiring with 60 or less.
He is nothing.
I still don't think that that's a reason why he should be such a dick to his employees.
I agree.
There were multiple times where he disrespected me.
I have a ton of bad memories with you.
He would tell me that I was doing a horrible job because I was doing things exactly the way he told me to.
I'm above you. Better then.
He would tell me that I was taking too long when I was doing it in half the time that he expected me to.
I'm a genius.
And he kept telling me that he knows how long everything takes because he's done it all himself.
Damn. Can't blame that on the dog.
So again, I hope that he dies a painful death.
Way up inside your butthole.
But I want to go on to that review because that review was my last straw.
No, let's add shit to the piss. Let's pour it in his mouth.
After working there for almost a year, I got a review.
No idea what you're talking about.
And he gave me a just good enough review. And tried to kind of finagle the idea that I could give you less, but you know, you're not good at this and you're not good at that.
He talks like a fag, too.
You're not good at customer service because you don't know everything in the store, because I don't give you enough hours for you to learn everything in the store.
Do you not see the hypocrisy here?
He didn't mention that I came in late, but that was after I stopped giving a
At an end, your rule is,
well, a rat's ass.
and not short enough it was.
We went through that, and then he gave me an area where I was able to question him, and I said, well, you know, I don't get how you expect me to want to put in 100% when this job's not really feeding me. It is factual that I make more in one night at the Whitebriar than I make in 2 weeks at Micheal's.
Yeah, I like money, though.
It is factual that I will make more money
Oh, I like money.
in 10 weeks at the Whitebriar than I will in 52 at Micheal's.
It's sometimes better not to know one's fate.
And he was like, well, what are you going to do after the Whitebriar ends? I'm like, well, apparently you want me to starve here.
If you insist on humiliating him.
Useless person.
You think that you're going to give me hours and I'm just going to give you 110% of what my quality is? For $9 an hour. Now he gives me this raise and he goes, oh, you know, I think you're going to be surprised at the size of the raise that I give you. And I'm like, you know, in my head I'm thinking maybe
There is something I wish to teach you.
maybe he'll give me a raise big enough where I'll be up to over $1 over minimum wage.
Yes, we can.
Because minimum wage in New Jersey right now is $8.60 an hour, and he was giving me $9. So he goes, here's 40 cents. And I'm like, $9.40 is not $1 more than $8.60.
Wasn't that clever?
So you mean to tell me that you're going to give me a raise and still not be $1 over minimum wage?
Lick, lick, lick my balls!
And you're trying to advertise that you have competitive wages, but that's not the case because Walmart hires at the door at $10 an hour, Wawa hires at the door at $10 an hour, and all department stores hire at the door at $10 an hour.
I've just learned a terrible truth.
Don't get me wrong, the Whitebriar hired me at the door at $12 an hour and I worked the door,
It's too much winning.
and $1 an hour a year to stay. So, you know, why would I turn away from that? But
It's treason, then.
so after, you know, it was a 9-month review because that's just when they do their reviews. And he says, you know, if you had worked the whole year,
I have waited a long time for this.
you would have got 55 cents. But since you didn't work the whole year, you know, here's only 40. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, 15 cents an hour, that adds up to a whole, you know, 30 cents in my paycheck.
Let the knife do the work.
Really, for what you're giving me. 55 cents, $9.55 is still not $1 over minimum wage. It's only 95 cents.
All who gain power are afraid to lose it.
So through the course of that evening, I really thought about it, and I just didn't show up the next day because I had been disrespected by that job so many times that I just didn't have the decency to respect them.
Shit fucking criminals.
Now I will still shop there, and I do still have a infatuation with a girl that works there.
Anyhow, she's got one of these fetish things about to get peed on.
I'm gonna keep doing stuff with her, but she's
Hey, you mind if I pound on that?
entirely different, and I don't think she deserves to be treated so poorly either.
It's clearly meant to punish the woman and make her suffer.
But it's been over a week and I'm nothing but carefree.
How hilarious is that?
I mean, I just got done on the Wildwood Boardwalk, had a drink damn near in the water, sitting at a bar with a beautiful breeze,
I had a lot of fun with a lot of young ladies.
as you can see here. So I'm gonna quit crying about a job that I don't work anymore.
Class dismissed.
And if you guys enjoyed this and you want to see what else I'm angry about, go ahead and click that video there. Or if you want to find out how you can win one of 3 rings, you can check out that video there. As always, guys, I want you to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and if you're really feeling happy, you can pick yourself up an Angry Manduke coffee cup. And I'm going to tell you, the quest for the best cheesesteak t-shirts are coming soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you, my friends, in my next